Hi guys, welcome to Code Bashers. Guys, in this video, I will be discussing the latest Infosys System Engineer interview. This interview happened today only, that is on 10th January 2022. So guys, make sure that you do not skip any part of this video and watch the video till the end. Guys, this is the 18th Infosys interview experience that I am sharing on my channel. You can find all the other interview experiences under this playlist, that is Infosys interview experience. I will give the link in the description box or in the I button. Make sure to visit it. In this playlist, all the roles of Infosys have been covered, whether it is a SC role, SCS role, or the higher package role of PP. So all type of interview experiences have been covered in this particular playlist. And guys, for those interview experiences that I am not able to make the video, I have put them on my blog also. So again, the link of the blog also you can find in the description box. All the links are in the description box. So guys, now let's start this video, and before starting the video, please hit the like button as well as the subscribe button for this channel. Okay, so guys, the date of the interview was 10th January 2022, that is today only. The duration of the entire interview was 25 minutes. The branch of my friend is CSC. Now guys, there were a lot of technical questions which are asked in this interview, so kindly do not skip any part of this video. The first question was, explain the OOPS concepts in detail with example. So guys, there are 4 OOPS concepts, that is abstraction, encapsulation, inheritance, polymorphism. I have made a separate video on this particular question only, in which I have discussed each of these concepts in detail. I will give the link of that video in the I button or in the description box. Make sure to visit it, because out in 10 out of 10 interviews this question is asked. So be ready with these type of questions. You must be prepared with. So I hope this question is clear to you. Next is which language you are comfortable in. So my friend said C++. Next is difference between searching and sorting techniques. So guys, the difference is in the name only. In searching techniques, it means that we have you can say lot of elements are there, and we have to search a particular element from it. So there what we use searching algorithm. But in sorting algorithm, what we do, now there are lot of elements are present. Now we have to arrange them in a particular manner, either in the ascending order or in the descending order, or in some other manner we have to arrange them. So for this purpose, for arranging the elements, we need sorting techniques, whereas for searching a particular element from a given bucket of elements, we need a searching technique. So this is a major difference between searching and sorting techniques. And guys, in searching techniques, the worst case complexity is big O of n here, and in sorting techniques, the worst complexity can go to big O of n square. So also it is also a major difference between these two things. Okay, so the next question is, explain the different types of searching techniques. So guys, if you are following my channel, I have discussed in many interview experiences that for every company's interview in which you are given the technical interview, searching techniques as well as sorting techniques are must. You must know that what are the different types of searching techniques and sorting techniques, what are their pseudocodes, how you have to write the code for those algorithms, and what are their best and worst time complexities. So guys, please make sure that if you are going through any interview, the searching techniques that are 2, that is linear search and binary search, and the sorting techniques that are 5, insertion sort, bubble sort, selection sort, merge sort, and quick sort. These are the must techniques you must know. You must be able to write the code for the same, as well as you must know their worst and best time complexities. So I hope this question is clear to you. Next is, what is an array? So again, it is a very basic question that can be asked from you. We all know that an array is a collection of items stored at contiguous memory location. Now what is the meaning of contiguous memory location? So like, let's say we have an array of integers. So 1 is stored, then 2 is stored, then 3 is stored. Now these 3 elements are stored, but these 3 elements are stored in a contiguous memory location. So we know that int takes 4 bytes. So let's just suppose that this particular one has been stored at let's suppose 100th memory location. So it means that 2 will be stored at 104 and 3 will be stored at 108th memory location. So I hope this thing is clear to you. And how we access the array? We simply access the array. Using indexes. That is, 1 will be present at 0 index, 2 will be present at first index, and 3 will be present at the second index. So I hope all the concept of array is clear to you. And we can have multiple type of arrays, like integer is there, character is there, boolean is there, float is there. So different type of arrays we can have. So I hope this question is clear to you. Next is, what are pointers? So guys, pointers are nothing but a pointer is a variable that stores the address of another variable. So we all know that the variables are stored at a particular memory location. Now let's just say we have a variable integer variable, that is int a is equivalent to 10. Now we know that this a contains this 10 value, but what is a pointer? Pointer is a variable that stores the address of another variable. So here a is a variable which contains 10. Now what will be the pointer? Pointer will be this variable, that is p, that is containing the address of another variable. So ampersand a means address of another variable, address of a. So this p is storing address of a. So what is the data type of p? It will be int star. So this is how a pointer is referenced. That is int star is equivalent to ampersand of a, that is p stores the address of a. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now next is, given an array of 10 elements, arrange them in ascending order. So again guys, I have told you that sorting techniques are required for arranging the elements in different configuration. You might be asked to arrange an array in ascending order or descending order. So in these things, sorting techniques are used. Now I have told you that there are 5 major sorting techniques. You can use any of the sorting technique to perform this given task to you by the interviewer. You can use bubble sort, selection sort, it is all up to you. So I will give the link of this bubble sort in the description box. You can simply visit the Geeks for Geeks site for understanding of this bubble sort. This is the easiest algorithm that you can use for sorting something, that is bubble sort. Okay, now moving to next question. Next question is, write leap year code. So guys, yes, there are certain cases where you might be asked to write the code. The interviewer will simply say that please share your screen. You have to share your screen, and on any online compiler you will have to write the code that he will be giving you. So to this candidate, leap year code was asked. So here is the pseudocode, or you can say the logic of leap year. You can simply take the screenshot for the same and use it for your reference. So I hope this question is clear to you. Now moving to the last question of this video. And guys, before the last question, if you have not liked the video till now, please like it and please subscribe this channel, because more such videos will be posted. And please visit my blog channel also. More interview experiences have been posted both on my blog channel as well as on this YouTube playlist. So kindly visit these two things. Okay, so the question was difference between while loop and for loop. So guys, the role of while and for loop are same. They are just used to iterate certain piece of code which we have to write again and again. So first of all, the difference in this syntax only. For loop, how we define for int I is equal to 0, I less than n, or any value I plus plus. So this is the syntax of for, whereas the syntax of while is while I is less than n. So this is the syntax of for. So this is the major difference, that how we define a loop. But what loop is fast, which loop is slower, it does not, there is no such difference. Both the loop will run perfectly fine. So I hope this particular question is also clear to you. And guys, if my videos are helping you for preparing for your interviews, kindly subscribe the button and also share it with your friends, that how my videos are helping you. And kindly comment down also if you have any doubt, or if you have to give any suggestions. So guys, this was it for this video. Thank you for watching it.